All right, it's Saturday, January 25th, 2025, and Donald Trump just back from California touring the apocalyptic damage from the LA fires and attending a press conference side by side LA Mayor Karen Bass, who he called out to her face. Where was the water, Karen? This is great. We have the full clip, and the best part is that the California residents who lost their homes were erupting in applause for Donald Trump. You got to see this, acting as the people's voice. Also, major victories on Capitol Hill. The Senate began voting on Trump's cabinet this week. I repeat, all of his nominees have been approved thus far or confirmed thus far. And the midnight massacre that just happened overnight in D.C., Dems, establishment Washington are losing their minds over this. We're going to explain. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. President Trump touched down in SoCal yesterday afternoon, touring the fire damage in LA, meeting with Governor Newsom, Karen Bass, and other local and state leaders, seeing firsthand just how bad the apocalyptic destruction these fires caused, something that likely could have been prevented. And Trump knows it, not holding back at all, even before departing from Asheville, North Carolina, before touching down in LA, speaking the truth, like Trump does, letting the public in on apparently what he's hearing as POTUS about what may have started these fires. Watch this.
They say the biggest in the history of California. I think, has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever? It looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm going to say. It looks like something hit it. And we won't talk about what hit it, but it is a bad, bad situation. And I guess I'm going to meet with some government officials, but I mean, much more importantly, and in California, just to revert to it for a second.
What's he referring to? What has he been told as president? I don't know, but what we do know is Trump promised to help the state of California, promising disaster relief on two conditions: new voter identification laws and changes to water policy. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, seconding this, telling ABC News there has been water resource management, forest management, mistakes, all sorts of problems, and it comes down to leadership, he said. And it appears to us that state and local leaders were derelict in their duty and in many respects. So that's something that will be factored into any federal assistance. Let me know in the comments if you think there should be preconditions for disaster relief. Personally, I do. When it comes to California, I just don't trust Newsom's government to spend the money correctly, appropriately. That money has to get to the families who were impacted, not on Newsom's dream to rebuild LA as a 15-minute city, which we know he wants to do. And the people of LA know this is true. They don't trust their government anymore, their local government. It's why during the Q&A presser, when Trump sat with Mayor Karen Bass and these other left-wing Dems who run California, answering questions from the residents of Pacific Palisades, from the residents of Altadena and Pasadena, these residents, the people, sided with Trump. This is like the perfect encapsulation of why he's so popular right now. He's the voice of the people. Question after question from residents demanding answers from Karen Bass. Why can't we access our properties, Karen? When can we start rebuilding? Why are we being told the permitting process will take 18 months? Yes, that's actually happening. That's what they're telling them. 18 months. Watch as Trump tells Mayor Karen Bass, use your damn emergency power and allow your residents access to their properties. Allow them to start building immediately. All of this should happen in 24 hours. This is great. Watch this.
We're bringing our city departments together so that people don't get caught in the loop of going from one room to the next. We want them all to be in the same room so that you can get busy rebuilding ASAP. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And we will clear the lots. Absolutely. In the city and in the county. We are working together. Both levels of government are working in unity.
Months? Is it like that's the answer that we got, and that's what we're all hanging on.
Yes.
So if you're telling us now faster, is it 6 months? Is it, I mean, all of our lives, rents, all this stuff is weighing on this.
6 months is no good.
And the number one thing that we are going to do immediately, and you will see this happen, is to clear out the debris. And we're concerned right now over the weekend because of the potential rain, but we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe, and we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it, because by the time you hire contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked, you have a very powerful emergency power, and
Yes.
you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit, and the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
That was last night.
And that was last night. On that.
We can't even see our homes right now. We are blocked from entering our streets.
Right.
We can't even. This is our first time we saw our house. Was yesterday.
In another story, the Senate's begun to vote on Trump's cabinet nominees. So far, Marco Rubio as Secretary of State confirmed on Monday, John Ratcliffe as CIA Director confirmed Tuesday. Yesterday, Pete Hegseth as SecDef was confirmed. After losing 3 Republican votes, J.D. Vance casted the tie-breaking vote last night. This means Pete Hegseth is our new Secretary of Defense.
If not, on this vote, the yeas are 50 and the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the nomination is confirmed.
Here was Trump's reaction when he was leaving California about this. Watch.
Are you disappointed that McConnell voted no?
I didn't even know that. No, I don't know that. I just heard that we won. Winning is what matters, right? So thank you very much, everybody.
So who were the 3 rhinos who voted no? Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, Susan Collins of Maine, and Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. This is what we're going to be dealing with for the next 2 years. Last night, right after voting no on Pete Hegseth, watch McConnell waddle over and cozy up to the Democrats. This is what we're dealing with. This is what Trump's dealing with. Everything will be a fight from here on out. McConnell's now out in public with his agenda, his anti-Trump agenda, stop Trump at all costs. Then this morning, Secretary of DHS Kristi Noem was confirmed. She had the votes. This means so far, all of Trump's cabinet has been confirmed. 4 out of 4. They failed at killing the Hegseth confirmation. What I hear is that McConnell saved his chits, didn't call them in on Hegseth, that he's waiting to use them on Tulsi Gabbard. I'm very concerned about Tulsi. D&I is an incredibly important position, one of the most powerful jobs in all of government. Getting her confirmed could make the difference between seeing real transparency over the next 4 years and just more of the same. I'm concerned about Tulsi, RFK Jr., and Kash Patel. From what I understand, though, Kash Patel likely has the votes. RFK Jr. also, I believe, will be confirmed because there could be a few Dems that break ranks. We'll see. But Tulsi, she's out in the cold, folks. They really don't want her confirmed. In another story, President Trump carried out the most direct attack yet on these deep state goons working against his administration, dismissing 17 IGs, inspectors general yesterday from various federal agencies, all happening late last night. Dems, establishment Washington is in panic mode, freaking out, calling this a late night purge, a midnight execution. Adam Schiff going on X, Shifty Schiff, saying the mass firing of inspectors general by the Trump administration without grounds and advance notice to Congress is a clear violation of the law. But of course, we know the cause. Trump wants no accountability for malfeasance in office. He's refilling the swamp. Yeah, coming from the guy who was just pardoned by Joe Biden. Chuck Schumer, the Senate minority leader, saying as well last night, in the dark of night, President Trump fired at least 12 independent inspector generals at important federal agencies across the administration, a chilling purge. It's a preview of the lawless approach Trump and his administration's taking to be president. And this really is a pretty big deal. You're supposed to give Congress 30 days notice before terminating any IG. During Trump's first administration, the media made a huge deal out of Trump firing just one IG, the State Department IG. Trump terminated, gave Congress the proper notice, and everyone's still freaked out. Well, he just fired 17 of them in one shot last night. This is what I've been saying about him staying on offense. The swamp is furious. Joe Biden appointed a lot of these IGs. The media is spinning this, that Trump did it because he wants to appoint loyalists who will look the other way. No, that's not what's happening here. That's not why he did it at all. The reason they're so angry about this is because Trump wants IGs in place who will actually do their job, conduct real investigations into real wrongdoing, and he knows there is a lot there from the last administration. He wants them to find it. Inspector generals can investigate anything they want inside their assigned department or agency. They have sweeping authority. They can look under any rug, behind any desk, inside any closet they want. After their investigations, what they normally do is they write a report, deliver it to the AG, Pam Bondi, who will then make it public. This is the reason they're so nervous right now. All right, that wraps up this episode. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.